How to get a bookkeeping job with no experience. This is a huge struggle because so many people want to get started, but they have no experience. In order to get started, you need experience. In order to get experience, you need to get started. It's this vicious cycle. So many people find themselves trapped in the beginning, no experience, can't get started. What do you do? This video is going to be perfect for you if you are trying to get a bookkeeping job and you have no experience. My name is Zach Pasquarello, and I started my bookkeeping business 4 years ago with no experience. I did not have a college degree in accounting. I did not have any work experience. I had no certifications, no credentials related to bookkeeping or accounting. Everything I'm about to talk about is exactly related to my specific experience getting a bookkeeping job with no experience. If you need any help, I have already helped literally hundreds of other bookkeepers start and grow their own bookkeeping business. You got to check out all the links in the description of this video. I have a ton of free resources and a few paid resources. Check out everything if you're looking for a little bit more help. Let's talk about how you can get a job, a bookkeeping job with no experience. My first tip for you is to keep your current job while you're trying to find a bookkeeping job. You probably have a job right now completely unrelated to bookkeeping, finances, or accounting, and that's okay. This is not an instant fix. This is not a quick strategy. You will not be able to get a bookkeeping job tomorrow, I promise. But in maybe 2 months, maybe 4 months, a couple months, you will be able to implement these strategies and get a bookkeeping job with no experience. You have a couple options. You can start your own bookkeeping business. You can try to be an independent contractor or an outsourced bookkeeper, kind of halfway in between starting your own business and being an employee. Or you can just pick up a part-time job or a full-time job as a bookkeeper. Either way, you're going to need to gain some level of bookkeeping fundamentals. And you have a couple options. You can do research like you're doing right now on YouTube. You can learn so much information for free on the internet, on your own time, but it's going to take you extra time to gather all of those resources. So if you have a ton of time, just watch a ton of YouTube videos, go to your library, pick up textbooks about accounting and bookkeeping, and you can self-study. You can learn a ton about bookkeeping and accounting principles and fundamentals. You're going to want to learn things like debits, credits, balance sheet, income statement, assets, liabilities, equity, double entry accounting, reconciliations. These concepts are fundamental to bookkeeping and accounting. You will need, at the bare minimum, a basic understanding of these concepts, which you can learn for free on the internet. Or if you have a little bit of money and you want to streamline your learning process, I recommend look into an online college or a local community college. For a few $100s, you could probably take an intro to accounting class. And you can absolutely do this on the weekend, in the evening, while you keep your full-time job. You could take an intro to accounting class, college level class. That's what I did 4 years ago whenever I got the idea to start my bookkeeping business. I took an intro to accounting class. It was 14 weeks. It took 2 to 4 hours per week, and I learned all of the bookkeeping and accounting fundamentals and basics. This gave me the foundation to understand the bookkeeping fundamentals so that I could actually do the job of a bookkeeper and an accountant. Now, you don't need to get an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree or any certifications relevant to bookkeeping, but if you take this one class, Intro to Accounting, it will give you the foundation you need. So you don't have any work experience, you don't have any certifications or college degree. However, there is one certification that you can get, and I do recommend getting this. I'm not telling you that you need to pay for a course or become a professional certified bookkeeper. I'm not saying you need to do any of that. If you want to, you certainly can. But there is one certification I strongly recommend. That is the QuickBooks Online Certified Pro Advisor. This is completely free. Anybody can become a QuickBooks Online Certified Pro Advisor. It's a great certification to get. It's not going to teach you everything you need to know about QuickBooks, but it's a resume builder. It's a talking point during an interview. If anybody asks you, do you have any experience? You could say, I'm taking a college class right now in accounting, and I'm a certified QuickBooks Pro Advisor. Most small businesses are currently using QuickBooks Online. So if you become a certified QuickBooks Pro Advisor, that is a great talking point during your interview if you're trying to get a part-time job, or if you're trying to be an independent contractor, outsourced bookkeeper, or if you're trying to start your own business. Now that you're taking the Intro to Accounting class, or you're watching videos on YouTube and reading books from your library to get the bookkeeping fundamentals, and you've become a QuickBooks Certified Pro Advisor, now it's time to go out and actually search for these jobs. You have several options. In the beginning, let's start with becoming an employee somewhere. So you can go to LinkedIn or Indeed and you can look up part-time bookkeeper positions. You have two options. You're either going to work in office or remotely. If you want to keep your full-time job, you're probably going to want to try to find a remote position. This will probably be between 5 and 20 hours per week if it's part-time, and you can certainly try to do this part-time job while you keep your current full-time job. And this is going to give you enough experience that you could take your bookkeeping career to the next level. There are several different part-time jobs available. Look for keywords like accounting clerk, accounts receivable specialist, payroll specialist, accounts payable administrator, bookkeeper. These keywords are going to be entry-level basic bookkeeping and accounting jobs. You don't need a college degree to have these jobs. You probably don't need any work experience to have these jobs, but they're going to pay very little, maybe $15 per hour, maybe $20 or $25 per hour. They're probably not going to pay much more than $20 or $25 an hour, but we're not trying to get rich right now. We're just trying to learn. We're not trying to earn a lot of money. We're trying to learn the basics and fundamentals so that we can grow and expand into bigger roles. We need to start somewhere. So get an entry-level part-time bookkeeping job. This might be kind of hard if you have no experience. So the other option is to find an established small business, someplace that's relatively large and that's looking for an outsourced independent contractor as a bookkeeper. So here you're not technically really a full-blown business owner where you're just offering bookkeeping services. This is kind of in between. You're looking for somebody who is really looking for a part-time bookkeeper, but they're not really looking to onboard an employee. They still want an independent contractor, an outsourced bookkeeper. They're not ready to hire an employee, but this is an extensive role. So a lot of my current bookkeeping clients are 1 to 2 hours per week, but this is a different role. This is a more established, a larger small business, and they are looking for somebody maybe 5, maybe 10 hours per week. Maybe they want somebody to come into the office, open up their mail, deposit their checks, play more of an office manager role, or maybe it could be a remote position and they want you to help process payroll and pay their bills and manage their accounts receivable. But this is a great in-between option and they're probably still going to pay less. This might be a little bit more than the in-office, on-site, in-house employee where they're only paying you 20 or 25 bucks an hour. This might pay $25 to $35 per hour, but it's still very low paying compared to hiring a bookkeeping business or an accounting firm, but it's a great in between. And I know this because this is exactly what I did 4 years ago. I found a company who needed 20 hours of bookkeeping support per month, and they were willing to pay me $25 per hour. I took this position 4 years ago. It was still a small business, but they had 10 employees. They were relatively large compared to other small businesses who I was trying to work with, and they were very organized. They already had a system in place. They wanted me to pay their bills, send their invoices, help out with payroll, and do their bookkeeping and their bank reconciliations. But they were only paying $25 per hour because they were really looking for more of a part-time employee as an independent contractor. But this was an amazing opportunity for me to gain some experience in a very organized company. So you have two options. You can learn or you can earn. In the very beginning, you are just trying to learn. You're not going to make $100 or $200 per hour, but that's okay because you don't have the experience. You need to get the experience first, and you can get that several ways. Like I said in the beginning, take the intro to accounting class, watch the YouTube videos, get the QuickBooks Online certification, go to LinkedIn, go to Indeed, try to find those part-time entry-level bookkeeping jobs, accounts payable, accounts receivable clerk, accounting clerk, admin assistant, office manager. Try to find a part-time job like that, or try to find that company who might still be posting on job boards, but they're looking for an independent contractor bookkeeper that might pay a little bit more, but it's not quite paying $50 or $100 an hour like they would for a true accounting firm or outsourced bookkeeping business. So those are your two options. I never got a part-time job or a full-time job as a bookkeeper, but I did take that middle route. I was an independent contractor for a bigger business, and I worked for 20 hours per month for that one client as I was trying to grow my own bookkeeping business. This is a great in-between option as you're trying to learn and grow your bookkeeping business. So while you're doing all of that, while you're taking the class, getting the QuickBooks certification, working for $25, $30 an hour, learning how to do bookkeeping and accounting, either as a part-time employee or as an independent contractor, now is the time for you to try to get your own bookkeeping clients, paying you $400 to $1,000 per month. And it's so super simple, but it's not easy. It's actually incredibly hard. But if you want to get a job as a bookkeeper with no experience, you need to grow your bookkeeping business. So keep your full-time job, work as a part-time bookkeeper, and then slowly try to build your own book of business. You're going to do this by social media marketing. You could do it totally for free. You can do it all on your own. You don't need to hire a social media manager. You don't need to hire a marketing agency. You don't need to pay for advertising. You can simply get a social media profile for free, and then you can just start creating content. Start telling the world, hey, I'm a bookkeeper. I'm a certified QuickBooks Pro Advisor. Let me know if you ever need help with your QuickBooks. It's as simple as that, but it's so incredibly hard because in the beginning, you need to be consistent and you need to commit to a long-term goal. You need to be consistent every single day. Continue to learn QuickBooks and bookkeeping through watching videos, reading textbooks, taking college classes. Continue to learn. Continue to do your part-time job or your independent contractor role. Continue to learn, and then continue to implement your marketing and sales strategy on social media. I promise you, this is exactly what I did 4 years ago. I did this for about 6 months. I worked my full-time job. I got this $25 per hour independent contractor role, and then I continued to go to social media, upgrade my website, Google My Business, blog, SEO, cold calling, email marketing. I did everything I could to get my own clients. And here I am, 4 years later, I have 70 bookkeeping clients. I'm making more than $30,000 per year. And I make these videos just so that I can teach you what I did so that you can avoid the mistakes I made and you can fast track to success. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel because I'm dropping new videos every single week teaching you exactly how to start and grow your own bookkeeping business with no experience.